We have breaking news. What's the breaking news? The breaking news is that I had it all planned, well, kind of, what I was going to talk about as we open the show. And the Holy Spirit says, no, David, this is what you're going to talk about. I said, what, Lord? Oh, okay, California. Churches are not allowed to meet. You can't even have a small home Bible study. Folks, you got to listen to me. California is the beta test for the rest of America. America is the beta test for the rest of the world. It is happening, all right? Wake up. We must wake up. Now, keep an eye on California. Watch what is happening in California. Now, let's talk about this. Very important. It's not the fact that I wanted to bring up the churches coming under fire because they're meeting. They can't meet in California. Here's what I want to bring up. This is where it gets tough. We have three kinds of preachers, three kinds of churches, all right? There's more, but top three. The first church is the Six Flags Over Jesus church. This is the church, and it's not the number of people, it's the mindset. It's the preacher that spews out apostate nonsense. It's the teacher, it's the preacher that's tied in to the one world religion. These churches, these preachers will not go back. Because why? They're sitting back waiting to see what the one world government is going to do, because they, as the one world religion, will marry the one world government. They will be in compliance. They will not go back. They'll try to figure out, how can I still get money out of people? Let's ramp up the social media. Let's do it. Let's do it. Preacher number two. This is the lukewarm, brain dead preacher. It's a sad situation, but preacher, you're the one that's lukewarm. You ain't going anywhere. All you want to do is go back and meet. Hey, it's my right. I got a church, doggone it, and I want to get my people back in there. We want to sing our, you want to sing another religious song, and you want to talk about religious nonsense, and you never get out on the street. If you're not willing to get out on the street and take your church to the street, don't bellyache about meeting in some building somewhere. How many preachers, number two, have an ego where they say, it's my right? Let me tell you something. You have no right except the right that God has given you. And the only right God has given you is to tell the truth. If you're not willing to tell the truth, you have no right. Preacher number three. Now we got to talk. It's the truther. It's the one that wants to tell the truth. Now, you're struggling right now saying, David, I'm going back. I'm going to take the hit. I know what they're telling me, and I'm going to take the hit. Listen to me. We're praying for you. We're praying for everyone, but I'm praying especially for you because, preacher, your church is not in the building. That is not your church. You are not the pastor of people that step in and pick a program up every Sunday morning. Your church is everywhere. It's out there on the street. David, I'm okay. You're on the street. Let me give you an example. Louisville, Kentucky. This past weekend, we had the black militia with their they're dressed up like Rambo with their guns. And then you got the white militia that said they were going to come down and keep the black militia in check. And you got these poor cops trying to figure out, what the heck am I going to do? Because I have a mayor that says one thing, a governor that says the other. They don't know what to do. So I go down there and I'm expecting to see churches on the corner, praying for people with Bibles. You see, folks, these aren't, well, you know what, Jared, let's roll this video. I went and you got to see this. There was nobody down there. Jared, do you have the video up? I want to roll this. I'm in Louisville, Kentucky this past weekend. Everybody, David here. I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. You can see behind me, way in the background, the police have formed a line, a barricade, if you will, to keep the militia from coming through. There's been shots fired. I've heard that someone's been injured. Don't know how bad, but there's many militias here, at least 4 or 5, so they say. and most of them are opposing each other. I don't want to get into why, but I do want to get into, I want to bring up something that's very important, is there are a lot of armies here, yes, armies, but I want to know, where's the most powerful army in the world? That's the army of God. Where are God's people? I've looked all around this town. Preachers, where are you? We need to be praying for this situation, praying for the people of Louisville, Kentucky. This is a call. All God's warriors, report to duty. Because the greatest army that exists is the army of God. We do pray for this city, Louisville, Kentucky. God bless you. So I went down. There was nobody, no preachers, no churches, nobody. But yet, whenever a government says you can't meet in this building that you built or you're renting, all of a sudden everyone wants to get up. You know, their tail feathers get all riled. Folks, if we don't get out on the street where people are and meet the people where they are and stop trying to play this religious game. So preacher number 3, you want to tell the truth. And I know you're going to. You're going to take the hit. I know you will. But preacher, do not limit it to Sunday morning. Do not limit it to this building. And please do not do it under the umbrella of, I have a right. Okay, I have a right. The only right that we have is the right that God has given us. And the only right we have is to tell the truth. If we don't tell the truth, we have no right.
If you're like me and you're tired of organized religion, the same kind of preacher preaching feel-good sermons, I'm a mom raising 2 kids, and I want them to hear the truth. I'm a gatherer right here on David Heavener Live every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, where we learn what it means to be a real Christian, to cast our demons, heal the sick, and fight the good fight. I'm not famous, and I'm certainly not rich, but I am a child of the living God, and I stand on truth. I hope you'll join me and many others right here on David Heavener Live, where we learn to use our God-given power. I've come to chew gum and kick the devil's rear end, and I'm all out of gum.